Joining us now are serial entrepreneurs, Sean and Andrew, and we're going to be talking about the Pouch Mag. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing really well. I'm a little older, okay? I didn't even know what Zyn was, okay? So can you just take us back for a moment or two and explain to us what this is for?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So Zyn is a nicotine pouch. It's basically a tobacco-free alternative. It's the cleanest form of nicotine you can consume, and we decided to create the first ever alternative container for it. So they're sold in tins, and what we noticed is that they were big. So what's another way we can carry it? So this is the first ever spring-loaded, almost like Pez dispenser for
Okay.
these nicotine pouches.
Understood. Okay, so instead of people doing like chewing tobacco, where they would take a pinch of chewing tobacco and stick it in their gums or whatever, right?
Yep.
This is an alternative.
Yes.
Okay. What is the intention? Are they flavored? Like, what is the joy someone gets out of a little bit of nicotine?
Well, it's a nootropic, so it helps with mental clarity and focus, things like that. And it can also help if you're trying to quit smoking, things like that. It's a way to transition from smoking to a safer alternative. And it's just a small pouch. It's consistent, so every pouch is the same percentage of nicotine in it,
Okay.
and
And
it's
does the pouch dissolve or
The
no?
the ingredients inside it do, and then you're
Okay.
left with just the thin, almost like fabric material, and then that you just dispose of after.
Understood.
Yep.
Thank you for educating me about that because I was trying to learn on my own and I was like, I'm just going to ask the question
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm
yeah.
sure I'm not the only one
No, we get it a lot.
that just
Yeah.
doesn't know, right? When you were first business partners, right? You met
Mhm.
in college. What was it about each other that you kind of liked?
We were both really into cars, and then from there we started wrapping cars on our college campus. And then we were originally business partners, and then from there we became friends, and then we realized that we're great as business partners, and great friendship formed. So
Okay. And Sean, so you just found a need for this? You said, oh, what if?
Yeah, so when Andrew and I were first meeting, we were business partners and we became friends from that, luckily. And we kind of talked about growing up, and we always liked to build things. We were always building something.
Ah,
yeah,
And we were both entrepreneurship majors, and we couldn't stop building things. And we came up with this idea, we said, what if? And decided to do the product design, and we just wanted to make it for ourselves. And then we realized how nice it was not to have to carry the tin with you all the time. It
hmm
fits much better in your pocket. It's much more convenient. And we decided to see what we could do with it. And it's come so far. It's amazing.
congratulations.
thank
So
you.
now tell us about the manufacturing process. Where are
Yeah,
they manufactured and, you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
how does that work?
So they're injection molded
Okay.
using food grade ABS plastic. And it's actually in North Carolina. We have our plastic manufacturer and our packaging manufacturer is a small local company in North Carolina that we work with, that we're really close with. It's right near where we live, and we get to run around and get plastic and packaging. And yeah, everything is in North Carolina, injection molded.
I think they're really cool. In fact, maybe even if someone like me doesn't, put Zen in it, they're multi-functional. Okay. I'm just saying, like, even though it's called the pouch mag, I'm already thinking, I was like, well, that's portable and I could put something else in it, right? So I like it. I like the design. It's simple, it's compact, it's easy to pack away. And congratulations. So it fits a full tin or 15 pouches,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And it's 50% smaller than the standard tin and it's watertight. That's
Yeah,
also
Yeah.
important, right?
yeah.
If you're really active, you're into
That's both of
sports,
us. Yeah,
right? Yeah, right. You even sweat.
yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
sweat resistant, right?
So we wanted to make it to where it functions like the tin does. It holds all of them. It's water resistant, but it's much smaller and it's
Okay.
much more convenient. So we didn't want to sacrifice the water resistance or the amount that it fits, but we were able to come up with this, and it does everything you need it to. So
Lovely. As part of your marketing effort, are you philanthropic in a way? Are you doing events? Are you sponsoring things yet? At what point is your company big enough to do a give back?
we would actually, within the next few months, like to donate a portion of our profit to small fundraisers or groups. Give
Wonderful.
back.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think that that's important. And it's also a great way of marketing, good corporate citizenship,
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So being entrepreneurs, that's probably already, something that you're thinking about.
Yep.
What was one surprise or challenge that you had to overcome when you were creating this?
There's been so
Yeah.
many. Coming up with a product is difficult. But the biggest setback was things take time. And
Okay.
early on, we were 100% responsible for each and everything that went into it. So we were in our college dorm, we were 3D printing them, assembling them. We would cut all the packaging ourselves, and we did all the marketing, packing the orders, everything. We did it all. So then when it came time to figuring out how to scale, you now have to make the injection molds to be able to manufacture them, and you have to find a manufacturer for your packaging and things like that. So the hardest thing is staying patient and realizing that when you work with others, you're on their time too. So it's not just your time. So you have to stay patient. And that was hard for us because we went from doing it all on our own, moving super fast, to now, okay, we have this lead time for the molds. We have to stay patient.
What do you mean 18 months, right?
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
18
Well,
months, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that happened with to go from 3D printing to injection molding. We had these molds that were designed in Miami. The tooling was being done there. And then it was the hurricanes that hit not only Florida, but North Carolina played a huge role. And then the manufacturer, he had health conditions that really was something that was supposed to take maybe 5 months, almost turned out to be 10 months,
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So sometimes just patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a virtue.
and there's a huge learning curve through that time. We actually were able to learn a lot more and almost set ourselves up even better than before.
Congratulations. So you took that like pause, if you will, to kind of like then go further.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to just think about it. You need time to think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And we always feel that everything happens right when it needs to. So the only chaos is in our own heads.
Beautiful.
We're always like, okay, we need to go, we need to go, we need to do. But taking that time just to focus, and then it happened right when it needed to, and everything fell into place. And that's how it's been for us since the beginning. We started the company 3 months before I graduated from college, and the day of graduation, we're moving all of our business stuff into our new apartment, and everything has always worked out right when we needed it to, and it's been a blessing.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for educating me. Thank you for coming on the show and trusting your brand in my hands. It means an awful lot to me. I recently was able to feature a cigar bar and lounge in Ybor in Tampa, Florida, which is always fun. I always love learning. So you brought something to us today and to the audience, for other people that have great ideas, right? How does a great idea or a great product be born? So thank you for sharing your orientation story with us today. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for
And
having us.
best of luck. And they could just go to your website to learn more, right?
Yep, thepouchmag.com.
Okay, thepouchmag.com. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Sean and Andrew, and if they can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So if you have a great idea for a product, you could probably reach out to them and they could maybe give you some shortcuts. Be well.